Some great man at some point in the mathematical world decided to take a circle and measure around it and call that the circumference. Circumference is the distance around the circle. I don't know why the guy didn't decide to call it the perimeter of a circle, because that's really the same thing. But we don't call it perimeter of a circle, we always call it circumference of a circle. And to be able to figure out the circumference, we need to make sure that we understand what these two little things are. What is the line that goes all the way through a circle? That is its diameter. And if you have a diameter, you can always figure out the little line that goes only halfway through the circle, which is called its radius. Okay, you need to know those very important circles. And what the guy decided and figured out was that anytime he measured the circumference of a circle, when he took the circumference of a circle and divided it by its diameter, he always ended up with a very special number in the mathematical world. And Peter says it is right, pi. He measured it and it always came up to be this 3.14 whatever. By the way, if you look up there, it keeps going 159, whatever. This is what we call pi, and quite often, rather than writing the number there, we just write the symbol pi. So if you take the circumference of a circle, divide it by its diameter, you get pi. Isn't that handy? Now, children, this little formula tells us how we got pi. Using what you know about formulas and equations, if I have c divided by d equals pi, if I wanted to get the letter c by itself, what do I have to do with the letter d to get rid of it from this side? And go back to, it was our last lesson when we talked about solving equations. Remember, you're supposed to think opposite and think what you do to one side you have to do to the other. So if you have c divided by d, and I want to get rid of the d, what's the opposite of what d is doing there, Kelsey? I need to multiply both sides by d. And when I do, these d's cross cancel, so I'm left with just the letter c, and the letter c equals pi times diameter. And that, children, is our circumference formula. Circumference equals pi times diameter. Circumference equals pi times diameter. And really what it ends up being is this. You know, if you take something's diameter and multiply it by 3, you get close to what its circumference is. Okay, because 3.14 is a kind of a close sort of thing for pi. The other thing is this. Make sure that you know that pi is close to, by the way, that's our little squiggle sign. It's close to 3.14, and it is also a fraction form, 22/7. You can use either of these two things as what we call an approximation, or to get close to what pi is. Either 22/7 or the letter pi is 3.14. So let's look at what the book might ask you about this. By the way, children, anytime they talk about a wheel, you should always think about the circumference formula. Always put that in the back of your mind. When they say, if a wheel goes around and does this or does that, or the spokes of a wheel are this or that, right in the back of your mind, that should key to you that it's going to be something about circumference. So here's an example. The diameter of a circle on a playground is 12 feet. The diameter of a circle on the playground is 12 feet. What is the, I don't want to ask that question. I don't want to answer that question either. I don't like any of these questions. Okay, I don't like letter K. The question on this was, what's its radius? And to me, that's a little simple-minded. By the way, if this problem comes up in your book, what do you need to do, Calvin?
Draw a picture.
First thing you do is this. Here's your playground. It has a diameter of 12 feet, so you do this, put your little diameter of 12 feet. What is its radius there, Lutz?
6.
Radius equals 6 feet. So make sure you draw the picture, otherwise you'll be subject to what? Great scorn and ridicule. No, not sentences, but great scorn and ridicule. Letter K is the one I want. A bicycle with a tire with a diameter of 30 inches. A bike tire with a diameter of 30 inches rolls about how many inches in one turn? Rolls about how many inches in one turn? This is sometimes hard for people to grasp what they're asking for here, but if you look at the picture of it, here is my bike tire. Sure, if you want to draw the whole bike, why not? I'm going to give it spokes, make it look good. It's not the best bike in the world. You could have the little line here, put a little bicycle seat here, handlebars come up here. Anyways, what they're asking you is this. This bike tire has a diameter of 30 inches. Okay, if you roll it on the ground one time, I guess we'll go this way. How far will it go in one turn? What are you looking for? Circumference. That is circumference. How far a wheel turns in one turn is circumference. So you would write down the circumference formula, which is, Gary Ronning?
Equals pi.
Thank you very much. You'd fill in the blank. Circumference equals 3.14 times 30 inches. You'd have to take 3.14 times 30. Now, the thing asked me about how many, so feel free to round it at the end, not before. Don't just take it 3 times 30 and say it's 90. Do the multiplication here. And it would go about how many? About 94 inches. Which, how long is 94 inches? How many feet, how many inches would that be?
About 6 point, I was thinking about 6 feet.
8 feet is 96 inches. So a bike tire will go about 8 feet. 2 whole steps? Is that one? That'd be 9 feet, yeah, in 1 revolution or so. But I need to see this pot. If by some chance the book tells you that you can leave it in terms of pi, you probably saw that maybe on your maps test. That should make you smile, because all they're telling you is that you don't have to change the letter pi or the symbol pi. You can just leave it as pi. So rather than having this as 3.14, you can just say your answer circumference equals 30 times pi. 30 times pi is the same as 94 inches, but if they say leave in terms of pi, that means you get to leave the symbol pi and you can just leave it as 30 pi. It should make you smile if that actually happens there. Some of you would do well to smile. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a quiz I need you to take. Why? Because